Hey gang, it's Deltia from deltiasgaming.com. Welcome back. We're doing the Serpent kill here. So this is the final boss in Sanctum Ophidia or Serpent trial. It's awesome. Took a long time to learn this, but this is the last one and it's very hard. So for this point of view, my perspective is a Dragonknight DPS. I'm using a modified version of the Shooting Star build. I have to change my back bar a lot since I'm going to be doing Lamias, but I want to show you this fight, kind of explain some of the mechanics, and please leave me a comment if you have any tips or suggestions how to make this fight easier, because it's hard. So let's get started with this and kind of talk about the fight and go over it. So, like I said, playing my Dragonknight, my Nord BA Dragonknight, and what I'm doing here is I have to make my bar and my back bar a little different, because I'm going to have to do a little different responsibility, which is taking Lamias. So I have some CC, and I'm also going to tank the Manacora. As we get started, so there's a lot of mechanics. I could explain them all, but some of them are just better to witness and talk about than just go over and explain. The guild I'm running with is Entropy Rising, really good PvE guild, Aldmeri Dominion faction, North American server. Here we go. Alright, the big old Serpent, he gets a lot of HP, so it's going to be about a 10-minute fight, so get ready. So the tank here just points the boss away from us, standard tank and spake so far. He does a big area cleave that will one-shot you or anyone in front of it, so the tank has to sidestep that. So really you want to stack up if you can and wait till the poison comes, which he goes to the middle just like this, boom. Now you stack up, drop your damage mitigating ultimates as a group. So that means Novas, that means Veil of Blades, that means all sorts of stuff. Now we get a Lamia phase, Lamias. So the trick here is, that's why I go to my back bar and I'm sword and shielding it. I have to go and pull these Lamias all the way over here. The trick with the Lamias is they blow up and you want them to kill these totems. What we do is we kill the green totems, always the green. If there's a blue left over, that's okay, we'll get that too. So what the totems do, they either 1, buff the boss, 2, pull you, or put a debuff on you that you have to actually expend your magic or it'll insta-kill you. It's a hard job, it's not really that easy, so if you're doing it, don't get frustrated if you make the mistake. Boom! And he dies again as he takes the res. So that's my job when that comes. That's the first part of the phase. Next is going to go be poison again, so I just have to leave him or Rambo in. So that's why my back bar is a little different. It's a hard job, but someone has to do it, and it's me. Once poison's phase over, we're going to get Lamias, or I mean another Manacora. So our guild kills the number 1 Manacora, the number 3, and we'll leave 2 and 4 alive. So my trick here for doing this is I hit Magma Armor as a Dragonknight tank, because basically I can't die for 10 or 11 seconds. So I taunt, hit Magma Armor, and then I actually just DPS, not even block, get that Manacora down. And I lose aggro here, my bad. He's about down, boom, get him down, good. So those are kind of the phases, and we're going to have poison. When he strikes his sword down, you can hear the animation or the sound effect. Damage mitigating ultimates, big heals. That's all you have to do for that. Another Lamia phase here. So I see the green one, I instantly want to pull the Lamias. They can be pulled or stunned. So as a Dragonknight, it's really easy for me just to use some of my abilities and stun lock them. You'll notice I have a blue aura around me. What that means is the blue totems in the back, those will actually spawn essentially, if you're over, I think, 25% magicka, it'll blow you up. So that's why when you get that blue stuff, you have to get rid of it real quick. Otherwise, you will die. So my buddy in the back's taking care of the other totem, so I get back to DPSing the boss. Now, my damage isn't going to be that impressive because I'm dealing with the Lamias, but if you can get 1,000, that's good. Same with like the kind of the Manacora. 1,000's really good here. There's people that get 1,500. I have no idea how they do it, but you know, they're better than me, that's for sure. Okay, so working on this. Now the tricky part. Once this Manacora comes out again, I'm going to taunt it. And I kind of off-tank it to the side. We don't kill this one. So what I did is I taunted it, hit Magma Armor again, so I can get some good uptime DPS on the boss, about 10 seconds. Then I re-taunt, then I block. So, this is the trickiest part of the fight. What happens is, Once we go back to poison phase, there's going to be orbs that are placed around in a circle at random. So before the fight, we decide what our quote-unquote clock positions are, meaning where we're going to go when these orbs happen. Here they go. So these orbs, they're going to be red. You have to get to them. See those things right there? If you don't get to them, you'll die. So I got my orb. Boom! It goes off. Whoever didn't get an orb, insta-dies, just like that. Usually you want Templars to res. You're going to need to point the boss away from the group. That way you can res those guys back up. And that's pretty much it. The orb phase is hard. It's really hard to get the hang of it. Best thing to do is just practice your clock positions and really get it down. We go back to poison, and you can see this fight is unforgiving. If you make a mistake, you're going to lose a lot of DPS, making it much harder. Got Lamia's up again. Now look, they're clear in the back here. So I'm going to have to go, I take usually the hardest one, which is way in the back, just because I'm comfortable doing it. We have a sniper basically hit him, so I don't have to do too much DPS. And it's really just, I get him in position, maybe do a spell sim here and there. So we have a good sniper Valaire knocking him down. Boom. Now that's a pull totem, so you notice someone got pulled. Another trick to these is don't assume they're dead. They might be really low HP or no HP at all, and they're still alive for some reason. So get them really close, stun them right before, and then dodge roll out. That circle is pretty big, and it's killed me many times. So make sure you're back. Got him down, so that was a good Lamia team effort. You'll notice there was 3 totems up that time. So we only had 2 Lamias to kill them, so now we permanently have a blue totem the rest of the fight. And so if you weren't able to kill the green totems and left those up, you would have basically a buff totem and or a pull totem the rest of the fight. So you can deal with blue, you can't deal with green. Another Manacora phase. So this is the 3rd Manacora phase that we fought, so we killed this one. I do my usual trick here, hit corrosive armor, and then I just go back to DPSing. I'm trying my hardest not to lose aggro here in the Manacora and nuke him down. Boom, dead. So that went pretty smooth. So more poison phase, more Lamias, rinse and repeat. It's just about execution in this fight, and memorizing the things doesn't take that much memory. It's just execution. Lamias come up. Where are they? There they are. And also, you're going to get some totems that are in the middle of the group. That's when it's hard to deal with. Notice I had that blue thing on me. So I pull this Lamia to the furthest one away. Stun them. The stun that I'm using is Stone Fist. That ability Dragoknights rarely ever use, but it's really handy for this. So he pulls someone in, and deaths might just happen. You're just going to have to deal with them. Boom, dead. Okay. So we have another... See, the Lamias are in the middle, so it's important that you guys don't use AoEs, otherwise it'll kill everyone. That Lamia blows up, it will kill everyone. So somehow it got stunned. There we go, so I'm working on it with another guy here. And Lamias will respond to taunts, so my trick usually is just to taunt them, get their attention, and then pull them. I'm using extended chains for that. And see, they're right about no health, but for some reason they're not dead. It's a real tricky mechanic. Then dodge roll back. So my job is the Manacora. I didn't get it in time enough, so that was my fault. As you can see, there's a lot of things going on in this fight. There's a lot of sound, there's a lot of chaos. Everyone has a really tough responsibility. So my point is, if you don't get it right away, don't give up. You want to get really good at killing the Manacora, so when you get to the Serpent fight, you have as many lives as you can. One wipe here is going to cost you a lot of lives, because you're rezzing in the middle. So, here we go. Orbs again. So that's the orbs. Someone got mine. Boom! So I insta-die. The orbs is definitely the trickiest part of this fight. Generally... Don't get mad at your buddy for taking an orb. It's not going to work out perfectly with the clock position, so if they get the orb, don't panic. Get reses out, and that's why this fight requires a lot of lives. There's some people that have gotten it without taking any deaths in the poison, or the orbs. I don't know how. They must just play a lot, because it's super, super hard for me. So now it just comes down to execution. We're in execution phase. There's going to be a couple green totems. So Lamia team has something really hard to deal with. So I can barely get this Lamia. I finally got him out of the group, so that was good. I'm going to the far back. Another trick to doing the Lamias, or these totems, is you can put your mouse over them and see which is a pull, which is a buff. I personally like to kill the pull totems because if they're this far back during the poison phase, you're instantly going to die. So I really like to get those. Pull, buff. Got to get those down. So he's down. Notice I taunt the Lamia, he respawns. I'm going to help DPS here. So, boom. He's down. So we still have our blue totem up. It's poison phase. We got to run in quick. Oh, we made it. Big heals. That was great healing there. Still in execution phase. So really what it comes down to here is those dang orbs. Once you get down to 0%, basically the boss does this, I don't know, crazy mechanic, which it basically kills everyone. So you just have to survive that. This is where it gets tricky. We got a Manacora, we're executing the boss, we know orbs are going to come, so it's going to be chaos. We're going to try to get our orb, and if we don't, we're not going to panic. And it's a good idea to turn the volume down because it's so loud during this fight, and there's so much going on, that realistically there's a couple things you have to do. It's not that complicated, it just feels like it. And here we go. Where are my orbs? Boom. More Lamias. Now, notice here, we got a green totem right on top of the group. So, right at this point, our tank calls it to move as a group, get off of the middle, and then we can kill that Lamia. That totem, I mean. Okay. I got that Lamia down. Oh. Now we need to move the group and kill this one. So if you're doing AoE, it's imperative that you don't. So a lot going on here. The boss has to move. We're right at 0%. Lamia is still alive. It's not moving towards me, and I'm getting no heals. And oh, it blows up in the middle of nowhere, kills me. There's a lot going on. It's hard. So right now, the boss is going to be about 0%. All we have to do is survive when we win this fight. Survive, survive, survive. So even that one totem that's up, it's a pull totem and it's right by us. Not that big of a deal. Manacora comes up. Just survive, people. So 2 people have to get orbs at the very end. And 2 people got him and we killed it. Man, that's a hard fight, but it's really fun. So that's the Sanctum Ophidia trial right there.
Could not break this new seal with the blood of 1,000 mortals.
It goes a while to get it down, but you know, we had some new people and old people still. It's a really hard fight, so don't get frustrated. By far the best loot in the game. I get a really cool piece here, my medium piece, so now I have 5 of them, so I'm really excited about that. So I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, once again, I'm using the Shooting Star build from my Dragonknight build on deltiasgaming.com. I modify the back bar to take down the Lamias, but as you can see, it's hard. Don't get frustrated. Keep trying. I hope this guide helps you guys, make some progress on the fight, because I know it takes a while. Once again, big shout out to Entropy Rising for organizing this as a guild event. It's a lot of fun. So stick tuned for some more PvE top end builds and guides.